What's up, everybody? It's Keith at Vitality Sports Solutions. Let's get into some shoulder health and strength. We're talking about my favorite exercise, the Kettlebell Halo. Just remember to like this video and subscribe if you like the content. Feel free to write in the comments and let me know what you want to see more of or less of. A little bit of either. But let's get into the Kettlebell Halo. So the exercise is performed grabbing a kettlebell by the horns, coming around the head, and then back to that starting position. You can do this with a dumbbell or a plate. I just prefer the kettlebell. I like the loading of it. I like the way it feels in my hands as I'm moving through range of motion. So I tend to do it with a kettlebell. I will generally start with 10 reps and then each week kind of chip away, going a little bit heavier with the weight, a little bit less on the reps. So really following traditional progressive overload tendencies with this exercise. I break it into three phases. Phase one being the standing position, right? And again, starting with the bell just under your chin, going all the way behind your head, back to that starting position, and then the other direction, always pausing at that same starting point. I would consider that one rep. So going one direction, then the other direction would be one. So I would probably do about 3 to 4 weeks of that, depending on the person, but generally about 3 weeks. Phase two, we come down to the half kneeling position. So split squat position, one knee down, one foot up. My feet are generally split. Over a 3 week period, I would probably bring the feet closer to being in a line. So by week three, we're in alignment there. But starting, I want them split. And it's the same thing, right? If I'm doing sets of 10, I'll do 5, then I'll switch my legs and do 5, just because I'm a little OCD and I like to have some balance there. So it would be like week one would be 10 reps, 3 sets of 10. Week two, maybe 3 sets of 8. Week three, 3 sets of 6, something like that. I'll usually pick an even number to stick with, just so I can be even on my right leg and left leg. Again, week one starting spread, week three kind of finishing in alignment there. Phase three now, I would then go to a kneeling position. So both knees down, nice tall kneeling position, same exercise. You get a lot more core action in that tall kneeling position than you do versus the standing. If you're in alignment in that half kneeling, you are using your abs a little bit more, your core a little bit more, but generally this is going to be the most core demanding. So I use that as my third phase of the Kettlebell Halo. Weight wise, it varies person to person. I've done sets of 3 with like a 70-pound kettlebell. Didn't feel like I got as much out of that as I did with, say, like a 40 or a 44 for 6. So everybody's a little bit different there. So you'll kind of have to play around with the rep scheme and sets that you want to do. But generally, you're going to follow these 3 phases: the standing, half kneeling, kneeling. You'll add weight each week and you'll drop your reps. So just kind of following traditional progressive overload tendencies with the Kettlebell Halo. So give it a shot. It's great for all the little muscles in the back of your shoulder. It's great for your core. It's working on balance there. But I use it generally for a shoulder health exercise. I consider it like an active mobility exercise. So I'm working through full range of motion with a load. Great for infraspinatus, supraspinatus, your levator, rhomboids, everything is getting some love there. You also get a nice little stretch on the tricep. So it's a great exercise. Plug it into your routine for a few weeks, give it a shot, see how it feels. I think you'll end up really enjoying it. All right, we will talk soon.